Selling a keynote presentation is akin to selling a high-value experience. And the better we all do it, the higher the perceived value of the product itself. That said, here are 10 ways to raise the level in your presenting. Number 1. Read more books on your topic. When you do, you speak with greater nuance and more ideas per sentence. You're also more readily aware of which ideas have been falsified. Number 2. Make the study of persuasion a lifelong pursuit. Start with the audio version of the book Made to Stick by Chip and Dan Heath, but make sure that that's something you pursue continually because it's what we do for a living. Number 3. Get excellent client briefs. Nothing makes you more effective in the room on the day than a really good brief from your client. If you understand their goals, their business, their brand, and especially their challenges, you will do just that much better. Number 4. Customize it. As far as humanly possible, make sure that the audience in the room on the day feels like that talk was designed for them. This can be subtle cues like showing their brand, pictures of their building, and/or it can go into more content and depth when you speak about their unique scenario and speak directly to them about their challenges. 5. Make the audience the main character. I love this technique. For example, when I begin my presentation on how to position yourself as an expert, I tell a hypothetical story in which I say, imagine yourself. You've just finished this presentation, you get into that car, you're driving to this interview, you get the following call from a publisher asking about your latest manuscript, and so on and so forth. I tell a hypothetical story in which the audience is the main character. 6. Ask them challenging questions. Questions create a sense of immediacy they require of the audience, and they can be much more impactful and much more powerful than simple statements and dissemination of information. It's a particularly powerful technique that I use in one of my talks on innovation, where I talk about the power of good questions. And in that case, I pose the question, what's awful about us? And I mentioned that the psychology behind that allows you to find the gold, the opportunities to innovate, if you're bold enough to ask that question. So ask your audience's questions, challenge them, put direct challenges to them as they sit there on the day and force them to think about how they can improve their scenario. Number 7, get on with it. It's important to understand that the MC has done all of the welcoming waffle and introductions and told people you look so lovely today and pointed out where the bathrooms are and said, isn't it a glorious sunny day outside? Your job is to get to the value quickly. Yes, you do want to connect on a human level. You want to ensure that there's a good relationship with the audience, but you want to move quickly toward useful ideas. Number 8, raise the level of your slides. It still baffles me that there are professional presenters charging a high fee and putting abortive monstrosities up on the screen with squiggly lines and complex details and even saying things like, I know you can't see what it says on the screen, but that's horrific. As a professional speaker, we follow a very basic hierarchy. At the pinnacle of the hierarchy, it's one strong visual and a simple statement or a simple question. At the bottom of that hierarchy, a worst case scenario is tons of detail that is indiscernible to the audience. Basically, the rule is a visual aid must aid you visually. Number 9, tinker with your own aesthetics. There's no doubt that we're all about the creation of content in the room, dissemination of ideas, and creating a great and wonderful experience. But you can't argue that the visual aspect of that is part of it too. Is your suit fitted? Does it look new? Does your outfit suit the part? Are you looking professional? And are you feeling like you look professional? And 10, improve the quality of your intro. I recommend having a standardized intro that you can hand to the MC and simply say, here, read this. And your intro can include a little bit of humor, a little storytelling, some promise about what the audience is about to receive. And as we said in a previous video, make sure that even your introduction makes the audience the hero and you the guide. So it's the difference between saying, Douglas is great because he can, versus Douglas can show you how you can. And that's a big distinction. My friend and fellow speaker, Billy Silicani, often speaks about the privilege of the platform. And that's a phrase that hints at the idea that what we do is leadership. It's connecting with human beings. It's changing thoughts and often changing lives. We should take it very, very seriously. If you deliver keynote addresses, there are at least 10 ways that you can raise the bar and continually make a better product of yourself.